Good evening. I'm back. Siren just left. um, but yeah, we're back with some more edutainment goodness on the PlayStation. Tonight we'll be moving on to a new disc. This is Fair Games. It's a nice little maroon colored disc here. Looks like this is going to be a lot more interactive than some of the more recent stuff that I've been playing. But we will find out shortly. First thing I want to get to, of course, is tonight's soda. And since this is fair related, I'm going to haul out one of the flavors that I was a little bit leery of. This is Filbert's Pumpkin Cream Soda. I'm not a fan of cream. I'm marginally a fan of pumpkin. So I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy this, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was at least accurate. So let's pop this open. Well, that definitely smells like the pumpkin nutmeg sort of smell that you'd expect from a pumpkin pie. So let's see what the flavor's like. Interesting. Immediately I'm tasting... It doesn't taste like cream soda. It actually tastes like a whipped cream. And the nutmeg and slash cinnamon smell or flavor is really strong. The pumpkin part isn't really that strong. It kind of more binds the other flavors together. But this is actually pretty good. I don't know if I'd drink this, like, just to enjoy it. But I feel like that could have gone wrong in so many different ways, but it was actually pretty good. All right. So I don't know if you were... Come on, come back. Just timed out. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but down in the corner you'll see it's 1.8.5. The RetroArch for the PlayStation TV actually got updated since the last time I installed it. And it seems to do a lot better of caching ahead of time. So we don't have that, weird burbling at first. So fantastic. The only problem is I can't get my Virtual Boy emulation to run at all now. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Still going to go ahead and start over here. Woohoo!
The pursuit of excellence knows no bounds. And today, our competitors will learn the true meaning of those words as the
Ye olde games
turns back the hands of time to the days of ladies, knights, and castles. I'm PK McCall. Welcome to Castle Lightspan, home of Ye Olde Games, the most spectacular arts events held in the last 500 years. Not since the games of King Arthur's court has there been so much tension in the air. So,
the tension.
as they say around the great hall, lords and ladies, Let's go down inside the walls of the castle and let the games begin!
I love how the volcano is clearly labeled smoky.
Choose a direction.
I kind of like the sound of Tinker's Turnpike, so let's go in that
Choose a
direction.
category.
And we'll do word twisters. This feels very similar to the Cosmic Cook-Off thing I just did.
Well, we can't wait for Wigsley and Flinch any longer. Welcome to the Fantabulous Obstacle
That looks like
Course,
fun.
Contestants Mars and Callie. To win, you must stuff yourself through the sticky sticks, hop over the tuba valves, dodge through the ice cream balloons, and finally
Ice
balance
cream
your way
balloons.
across the spinning
Oh.
logs. I almost forgot. And you have to do it all carrying a giant egg. Are you ready?
All right.
Click the speaker for directions. Click Tips or press the
Interesting.
triangle on your keypad for hints. Click the Go On arrow to move to the next question. Your test has 24 questions.
Choose
24
the letter
questions,
or letter
okay.
combination to complete the word that matches the clue.
Sing is to sung as spring is to me. And then I have to complete the word. I like squung, but I'm sure it's sprung. Yeah, woo!
You answered correctly.
Choose a letter combination to complete the word that makes sense in the sentence.
Oh, okay. The plump red tomatoes. The scrump
You
red
answered
tomatoes.
correctly.
I mean, who knows? Someone might use that as like an abbreviation for
Choose the letter
scrumptious.
or letter combination to
The sun caused the picture to fade.
Good job.
Good job.
Choose
You know,
the letter or
one
letter
of the things that I
combination to
didn't
complete
really
the word
point
that
out very
matches the
clearly
clue.
on the shelf tour last night is I have every one of the Sega Kids Club games. And when I get the Polymega, I plan to play through all of them. And one of them is Crystal's Ponytail, which I watched Pro Jared play that a while back. And after you
That's
do
correct.
certain tasks, there's a patronizing voice that comes on
Now
and says,
back to
"Good
our
job."
competition.
And it just kind of stuck with me. And when he was doing that, that kind of reminded me of it.
Really extending ourselves to get to
Hey, that's cheating! That's flat out cheating!
questions.
Choose the letter or letter combination to complete the word that matches the clue.
I'm the sound made by a bird that swims, waddles, and flies. Well, if it chacks like a duck, then it must be a duck.
That's correct. Choose the letter or letter combination to
The newborn colt was very weak.
right answer.
Siren's got the zoomies. I just heard her assault a plastic bag in the hallway.
Choose
That's
a
where
letter
plastic bags go
combination
in this
to
place.
complete the word that makes sense
Um,
in the sentence.
I'll empty them out for, with the groceries and everything, and then I'll just wad them up and pitch them down the hallway, and the cats go chasing them and sometimes catching them in midair. Julio wanted to blank his allowance, on a present for his friend, probably spend.
Good job.
Good job.
Choose the letter or letter combination to complete the word that matches the clue.
My shape has 4 equal sides and my angles are 90 degrees. That would be a square. I was a little bit worried that I had accidentally gone too far, so that's why I was waffling a bit there. I don't want to get one of these wrong again, because I misjudge where the cursor goes.
He throws an egg pass to himself.
See, now, that wasn't quite as bad as the last one, as far as, like, cheating is concerned.
Choose a letter combination to complete the word that makes sense in the sentence.
How far will your paper airplane glide?
That's correct. Choose a letter combination to complete the word that makes sense in the sentence.
When Sergio put on his jacket, it looked like it had trunk. Skunk? Oh, spunk. No. It had shrunk.
Way to go.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm always pleased to see Siren chasing Tiri. Because Tiri tends to be the one doing the chasing and always makes me a little nervous that, you know, she's terrorizing, not playing. But they're definitely playing right now.
That's correct.
Tiri just isn't very satisfying to chase. She, like, hunkers down and rolls over onto her back. She's
Choose
such a
letter
bad
combination
prey beast.
to complete the word that makes sense in the sentence.
Be careful not to shake the can of soda before you open it. Well, or bottle. Although there have been some sodas that I've had to, like, just gently mix. Because it's actually got, like, you know, fibrous stuff in it. Like the lemonade.
Come on, Flinch, we're late. And Widgley and Flinch catch up to Mars and Kelly. Let's try another set of questions.
You got it.
Choose a letter combination to complete the word that makes sense in the sentence.
Deanne wanted to be the 4th grade spelling whamp. Mm-hmm. I think Tiri's playing with the little ball and track toy in my room right now. I'm glad someone is enjoying that. Got that for you, Siren.
To complete the word that matches the clue.
If I'm happy, then you will find a smile on me. Well, that would be my face.
You got it.
I really can't think of the last time that, like, the last full day that I didn't have a smile at some point.
Choose a letter combination to complete the word that makes sense in the sentence.
Because one of my reactions to having a bad day is to try to distract myself with amusing stuff. And I usually at least am somewhat, you know, successful briefly. But that doesn't happen very often. The two girls played a prank on their brother. Oh, they played a trank on their brother? Oh, no. Don't trank brothers. Oh, I should probably
Choose a letter combination
mark the
to
game
complete the word
shelf
that
tour
makes sense in the sentence.
complete. There we go. I think I left the keys in the car. I know I did not make that same mistake.
That's correct.
Although my car was not very happy with not having been used in so long
Let's see
today.
how our contestants are doing. Great footwork by Widgley and...
Uh-oh. What in the world?
Your turn to work on the challenge.
Okay.
Choose the letter or letter combination to...
Sonny's boat had sunk to the bottom of the lake.
Good job. Choose the letter.
Alaska
or
was the
letter combination
49th and
to
Hawaii
complete
was the
word that
50th
matches.
state.
Right answer.
Right answer.
Choose the letter or
You'll
letter
find me on top
combination
of
to complete
mountains
the
at the
word
end of a
that
climb.
matches the
That would
clue.
be a peak. I don't know, could be teak. If it's, you know, a
That's
tree. Might be a mouse there, so it could be a squeak up there. Who knows?
Choose the letter or letter combination to...
Low tide. Best time to collect shells.
Now back to our competition. They're picking their course. Now back to the questions.
Now back to the questions.
Choose the letter
You need
or
to be
letter
in your seat when the bell rings.
You got it.
Zippy zippy zoom. Oh no. Now she's found that thing on the back of the door
Choose
that
the
keeps it
letter
from hitting
or
the wall.
letter
The
combination
brrrr.
to-
Juan asked Nan to gently nudge him if he fell asleep. Or gently judge him if he fell asleep. You know, you shouldn't fall asleep like that.
Right answer.
Gently cudge him. Bah!
Choose the letter or letter combination to complete the word that matches the clue.
Water escapes through me when you pull the plug. Ooh. The brain? No, let's not have any water on the brain. Let's pull the plug on the drain.
Right answer.
Right answer.
This is the last question on your test.
Yay!
Choose the
Jeremy got
letter
4
or
letters
letter
in the mail today.
Right answer.
I got something in the mail today. I may show it off tomorrow night.
Now back to our contestants. Finally, they're up the spinning logs. Watch it.
Oh.
Don't break those eggs.
I don't want this prize. Were they just like hiding in there? What happened to their brother that got squished on that thing's
You
head?
deserve the...
So many questions. Hi, Siren.
Choose a direction.
Hi. Alright, let's stick with Tinker's
Choose a
Turnpike
category.
until we finish all 3, and then we'll go
Choose
to...
a path.
Oh, geez, another branching path? Alright. Well, we'll stick with Traveler's Trail.
And now to the catapult.
All right, peasants. Hey!
All right,
you
peasants.
Anyway, you're gonna be catapulted into the water. You'll swim to the drawbridge, jump on a horse, ride through the village. First one who plants a pennant on top of the castle wins.
Yeah, this seems safe.
Good.
Mars and Callie are about
He's
to
fast.
crash into the lead.
Click the speaker for directions.
Laura wished that it
Or
would
press
stop
the
raining.
triangle on your keypad.
Choose a
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably looking for a synonym here.
Good job.
Most of the time I can figure out what they're getting at.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Oh, antonym this time. Okay.
Dignified.
Yeah, dignified. That should be an antonym of shameful. Yep,
That's correct.
that's correct.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Antonym, then we want generous.
Generous. Generous. Generous.
Yes, go to the freaking arrow. Thank you.
Good job. Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Antonym, that would be serious.
Serious.
You answered correctly.
Yay!
Now back to our competition. Uh-oh, the
Uh-oh.
drawbridge is closing.
That's not how...
Now back to
That's not how doors work!
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym. Well, let's go with blend.
Blend.
There we go.
Right answer. Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Antonym. Okay, now that's easy.
Increase. Good job.
Good job. Hi.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym for quiz would be test.
That's correct.
That's correct. I like it when there's
Choose
a
an antonym for the
soda I
highlighted
enjoy
word.
smelling as much as I enjoy. Like, there have been a couple of them where after, you know, when I'm throwing out the bottles, I'll just kind of, that was a good memory. Okay. I missed whether I want an antonym or a synonym, but since there are no synonyms here, ha, gotcha. Ah, haha. Hi. Yeah. Since there are no synonyms here, and there's an antonym, we'll go with
Poor.
poor.
Right answer.
Meh.
Now
What?
back to our contestants.
Look, there
Meow.
are the horses.
Mars and Callie are winding up Old Oak and Pine. And now they're rolling.
Nice to see ya.
Now back to the challenge.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Eager to try new food. I've been trying to expand my palate recently myself. But it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to do.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Because you want to make sure that there's at least something that you can enjoy out of a meal. So it's a little tricky. Hey there, Infamous. Guess who? Terry's here to visit. Hi. Here you go. Whoop. Okay, the magician's tricks were astonishing.
Astonishing.
Right answer.
Right answer. There you go.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym for calm. We'll go with tranquil. Tonight's soda is pumpkin cream. It's actually really good. I don't know if I'd, drink it casually.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted
but
word.
it's kind of like the apple pie that I had, where it had more of the nutmeg cinnamon flavor than anything else. This I actually do taste the whipped cream, though. And it doesn't taste like cream soda. It tastes like whipped cream. So it's pretty good. I don't really taste much pumpkin in it, actually. Which I'm glad for, because that would be kind of weird in a soda. Okay. There's an antonym and a synonym here, and I don't know which one he asked me for, so...
Choose an antonym.
Antonym? Alright, then we want subdued.
Subdue.
I was actually a little bit worried about drinking this one, to be perfectly honest, but I'm glad it ended up being not horrible.
Let's see how the competition is going.
Whatever happened to Wigsley and Flinch?
Flinch is still behind us, but Wigsley is definitely ahead.
Sounds like the boss isn't doing so good.
He's entered low Earth orbit. He's gonna burn up on re-entry.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Antonym for modest. Excessive. Good.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't think mine's arrived yet.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Though it very well could be... in my mailbox. Nope. It says it hasn't... it's not out for delivery yet, but... it's still on target to potentially arrive Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, very happy that she should go to camp. I will be pleased.
Good job.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym for keep, reserve would work. There we go.
Way to go.
Way to go. I did get a different package today that I will probably show off tomorrow.
Synonym for the highlighted word.
Just to, be on the safe side. give it the 24 hours of decontamination. But I'll probably at least show it off a little bit on stream. At night, we could see thousands of bright stars. Shining. No, man, I already had the... I showed off the Virtual Boy last night.
Let's see how our contestants are doing. Oak and Pine are still rolling.
But I will say that now that I've got the Virtual Boy and a game for it, I would feel comfortable
for the highlighted
streaming it. So I will probably do so at some point in the future, and I will be using Anaglyph. So go ahead and get yourself some blue-green 3D glasses at some point. No, it's not a cat toy or a hat. Antonym for zip. Ooh, that's a tough one.
That's correct.
I love these clip-on 3D glasses. I got a pack of like 4 of them for $3 off of Amazon. Works perfectly fine. I studied my math until I really understood it. And it did work pretty well with the Virtual Boy emulator, so I'm looking forward to it. I might want to pick up a couple more games before I do that, though.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
What sucks is I'd like to go out and buy some games, but not until all of this is done. John was brave when he helped the people out of the burning house. We'll go with courageous.
Right answer.
Possibly. Mario Clash is one that looks interesting too. I don't necessarily want to buy really expensive ones. Like, I'd love to have Waterworld, but I'm not $300 worth of interested. Fortunately, Red Alert tends to be easy to find, and that's one that I'm actually interested in. The outcome of the war was defeat.
You got it.
Yeah, get off of there.
Now back to our
Yeah,
competition.
that's why it was the first game I picked up was Wario Land. Oddly enough, that was the only Wario Land game that I didn't have yet. I have the other 4 Wario Land games.
Questions.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
The event, okay, antonym for joy, sorrow.
Calm.
Whoops.
Sorrow.
There we go. I like the Wario
That's
games
correct.
too, and that's, you know, kind of on the same vein. Ooh,
Choose a synonym for the
I've
highlighted
got an
word.
idea for what I could do. And it wouldn't require any more than just Wario World. Or Wario Land. Maybe Mario Clash. Yeah, I'm getting an idea here. You know how dangerous those are. Okay, last summer they went on a long journey. You robustly chose sorrow. Yes, I did.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Antonym for under would be above.
Above.
I'm gonna write down this idea really quick here before I forget it.
You got it. This is the last question on your test.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Okay. I will try attempt.
Attempt.
There we go.
You got it.
Now back to our contestants.
Oh.
And they're almost at the top. It's a tie.
What happened? Did I win?
Blitz! Get down from here!
Space. Space. I'm in space.
Championship job. You deserve
Championship job. All right.
Choose a direction.
So, go to the Tinker's
Choose a category.
Turnpike. Go back to Word Builders.
Choose a path.
And do Peddler's Path this time. And see if it's any different.
Right, here's what you do. First, you run over to your own personal balloon and blow it up. Then, once you're floating, you
Well, it
gotta
was a
get
tie
down
between those
16 mountains
those
and
two.
no bites allowed. Then you go by Ollie the Orca. You turn left and go around Old Smoky. Now you descend over the pond and watch out for Munch and Crunch. That's it. You guys ready? Then go!
Click the speaker for directions. Click Tips or press the triangle on your keypad for
Okay,
hints.
this is a sufficiently different
Go
game.
on arrow to move to the next question. Your test has 24 questions.
Choose the simile that best answers the question.
They are as bright as a banana. I like that one.
You got it.
Use the verse to answer the question. Click the switch to see the verse. Click the switch again to see.
Okay. Interesting. My friend bought a car. It looked to be tops, but sadly it lived in the mechanic's shop. That means the car was a
The car.
lemon.
Right answer.
Oh, by the way, I've got a couple new
Choose the simile that
audio-
best answers the question.
commands.
Incredible.
So those are actually speech samples from the Odyssey voice module. And I was kind of impressed with them. After baseball practice, she was so stiff. How stiff was she? Stiff as a board is probably what they're going after, but spaghetti would actually fit better because she's stiff now, but soak her in water a bit and she'll probably be pretty,
She was
limber again.
Way to go.
Were those too loud, or was it a good volume?
use the verse to answer.
I'm glad
the
you enjoy the
question.
whooping snake.
Click the switch to see the verse.
Is that not working?
Click the switch again to see the answer choices. Be sure to
Oh,
select the
dang it.
metaphor that answers.
Okay, fixed it. There's your whoop. Hey, thanks. You enjoy your stream too, DOS Nerd. Glad you got to check out the game room tour. Good luck with having no mouth but needing to scream. I'm constantly eating, never quite full. I'm always having to fill up my bowl. That doesn't work very well. Stomach is a bottomless pit. Woohoo!
You answered correctly.
Oh, interesting. You know, I've got a bunch of old VHS tapes in the closet that I just don't have a way to watch. But I'd like to archive them at some point just for the hell of it. It's mostly Star Trek The Next Generation episodes I recorded off of TV, but there's some commercials in there.
To answer the question. Click the switch
Okay, thanks,
to
Infamous.
see the verse. Click the switch again to see the answer choices.
Well, I can kind of guess what it's going to be, but we're going to read the poem anyway. The groom walked down the aisle with the ring that he'd bought, questioning his decision and having second thoughts. Yeah, he was getting cold feet.
He was
All you need are good vibrations.
You answered correctly.
Oh, DOS Nerd, you still there?
Use the verse to answer the question. Click the switch to see the verse. Click the switch again to see the answer choices.
What did Moki's brother do? Moki's brother got a scholarship to a wonderful school. He didn't hesitate. He's no one's fool. Okay, he jumped at the opportunity.
He jumped at the opportunity.
You answered correctly.
Yay! Siren's going.
Use the verse to answer the question. Click the switch to see.
Lois is vivacious, animated, enthusiastic, and spry. If we could harness her energy, we'd have an endless supply. That definitely sounds like Lois. Lois is a bucket of chicken. No, she's a live wire.
Lois is a
Good job.
Choose the simile that
The end of my
best
pencil
answers
is
the
so sharp. How sharp is it? It's as sharp as a
It is
cucumber.
That's correct.
And stab someone with a cucumber.
Now back to our contestants.
Wow, I'm winning! Uh-oh. Those
Uh-oh.
openings look too narrow!
Oh. Dang it.
French is right back in first
Okay, good.
Now back to the
Almost kind of
challenge.
pulling for the poor guy.
Use the verse to
What does Moki have? Moki's homework keeps coming, piling up on his desk, obscuring his view. It isn't picturesque. He has a meatball of homework. Again with the meatballs.
choose the simile that best answers the question.
My 800-page math book is so heavy. How heavy is it? It's as heavy as a feather. It's as heavy as a ton of feathers.
Right answer.
Use the verse to answer the question. Click the switch to see the verse. Click the switch again to see the
What
answer
is
choices.
he?
Be sure to select the metaphor that answers.
It's a rather pleasant song by Jars of Clay. A race for me never ends in a tie. I can beat a gazelle in the blink of an eye. He's a cheetah.
He is a streak of
You answered correctly.
Choose the simile.
My
that
throat is
best
so
answers the
dry.
que-
How dry is it? It's as dry as the
It's as
desert.
You answered correctly.
That's why you stay hydrated.
Let's see how the competition is going.
And down there is Ollie, the allergy-ridden orc guy.
Okay, that's kind of cute. Wait, what?
Hey, boss.
Okay.
Let's try another
Dad.
set of questions.
That was kind of rotten.
Use the verse to answer the question. Click the switch to see the verse.
How old is the car? My dad has a car he bought when Elvis was king. The auto hardly runs. It's a really old thing. The car is
The
a
car is a-
dinosaur.
You answered
Yabba
correctly.
dabba doo.
Use the
What was the villain? The villain of the story did terrible things, not helping anybody. He was really quite mean. The village was an anteater.
The villain was a
Oh, those terrible anteaters.
You answered correctly.
Snakes can be cute, though.
Choose the simile.
I guess
that
villains
best
can be cute.
answers the que-
Susan keeps her room so clean. How clean does she keep it? She keeps it as clean as a garbage dump.
She keeps.
You answered correctly.
I'm somewhere between a hospital and a garbage dump in my room. It's not a sty, but it's
Choose
not
the
exactly
simile that best
sanitary.
answers the
Like, you know, okay, let me use a different word. It's not like sanitized. That's what I meant. It's not, you know, could eat off the floor or anything like that. My new baby sister is so cuddly. How cuddly is she? She's as cuddly as a porcupine.
Right answer.
Let's see how our contestants are doing.
And now for the hottest part of the race, the turn by Old Smoky. Here's my chance to take the lead.
The turn by old Smoky,
So long.
all covered in cheese. Burnt up that poor dude, and somebody
Let's give a first place to
sneezed.
say Wixley. Clinch is a real stand-up guy.
Yeah, he
Time
is.
to work on the challenge.
He went and saved his
Choose
bud.
the simile that best answers the question.
Old Faithful's eruptions are so predictable. How predictable are they? They're as predictable as an election? Well, that depends on who you ask. They're as predictable
are
as the
as-
sun rising.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Use the verse to answer.
What did Holmes and Watson want to do? Holmes and Watson were solving the riddle, determined to find the unfindable criminal. They wanted to break the case.
They wanted.
They wanted to fire the kiln? What?
Right answer.
Use the verse.
What is Joe? I have so many friends named Joe. Joe made his name in the movie scene, appearing quite often on the big silver screen. None of them are actors. Joe is a star. I know a Joe that could be described as a tiger. That man is
You answered correctly.
indefatigable.
Use the.
What mauled the pickle? A pickle slipped away from my picnicking feast. It was instantly mauled by 1,000 beasts. A school of fish. A team of oxen. They're probably going after an army of ants.
Good job.
Now back to our competition.
I mean, Plague of Rats tried to do in Pickle Rick, but... Uh-oh!
Wow! Callie just made it! Now back to the questions.
Choose the simile
This
that
week he's been so busy. How busy has he been? He's been as busy as a turnip.
Right answer.
Choose the
The
simile
fire
that
alarm
best-
was so loud. How loud was it? It was as loud as a library.
It was.
I mean, a library could be pretty loud, depending on what's happening at it.
You answered correctly.
Most of the time it's quiet, though.
Choose the simile.
My new ball bounces so high. How high does it bounce? It bounces as high as an elephant's eye.
Right answer.
It's the bee's knees, it's the wasp's nipples, it's the every erogenous zone of every insect in the world.
This is the last question.
Yay, last question. My dog is so fast. How fast is she? She's as fast
She's
as a
as
bolt of
fast.
lightning. Oh, like Bolt from that one DreamWorks movie.
You got it.
Now back to our contestants.
Uh-oh.
It's a tie between Mars and Callie.
Aw.
And the fans are going wild for Flinch, the selfless winner of this race.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, well, I mean, at least he got some recognition for that, but
Championship job.
kind of
You deserve
stinks that he didn't end up winning.
Choose a direction.
Okay, so no, we don't need to choose a direction. Oh wait, yeah, we need to do the Tinker's Turnpike,
Choose a cap.
mix and match.
Choose a path.
Two paths again. Okay. Let's go!
Are you ready to get clean? Grab your soap and towel and hold on for the bathtub slide.
This is the game
Okay.
of clean counts. So wash well in those corners. The first
This looks like a bad idea.
end of the course will be named the Wash and Wear winner.
Fun, but there's no rails.
Bathers, take your tubs. Get leather.
Click the speaker for directions. Click Tips or press the triangle on your keypad for hints. Click the Go On arrow to move to the next question. Your test has 24 questions.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted
Antonym.
word.
That's what I figured. We'll say sheltered. Hey there, Sharp Cheddar. Tonight it's more of the Lightspan Edutainment games. This one is Fair Games. It's been kind of fun. Focusing on language arts.
Way to go!
So in this particular one, I have to figure out antonyms and synonyms.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
So an antonym for stop would be activate.
Activate.
You got it.
I'm going to be doing this again next Sunday, but then next Monday I've got a different educational game I want to play.
Click the switch to see the verse.
Should be fun. It's one I've wanted to do for quite a while.
Be sure to select the metaphor that answers.
What is the earthworm? I put an earthworm out of the lawnmower's way. At the speed he was moving, he would have taken all day. Oh, he is a spoonful of honey?
He is a...
I guess. Okay, I guess so.
Good job.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Sarah had pleasant thoughts about doing her homework, but it's an antonym. So she had grim thoughts about doing her homework?
Grim.
There we go.
You got it.
You got it.
Now back to our competition.
Oh, here we go. How are they doing on that tub race?
Now back.
I only
to
saw
the
3.
questions.
Where's number 4?
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
There is global concern for the ecology of the world. Whoa!
Answer.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Food for desert animals is scarce.
Scarce.
Could also be hostile.
Right answer.
It's for kids. But I tell you, I'm probably going to
Use the verse to answer the question.
pawn these off on my
Click the
sister
switch to see the
at
verse.
some point.
Click the switch
I'd have to
again
also
to
get
see
them
the
like a
answer
PS2
choices.
or something like
Be sure
that,
to
so they'd
select
be
the
able to play it.
metaphor that answers.
Because right now they've only got a PS4. But I think our kids would really enjoy these. What is the storm? The storm came up fast. It moved in with a roar. It swerved and revved and took off with pedal to the floor. Storm is like a salamander.
The storm.
You answered correctly.
Use the verse to...
Let's see here. When he bites a chili pepper, flames come out of Joe's ears. His face turns red, then redder. His cheeks are streaked with tears. How does Joe experience the eating of a chili pepper? It's hotter than the 4th of July.
It's hotter than...
And then he's probably as loud as a thunderstorm in the bathroom later.
That's correct.
Now back to our contestants.
This time I'm winning. I'll take the shortcut.
I'm gonna win!
Now back
Look where you're going,
to the
dude.
challenge.
Okay, so there's number 4 at least.
Use the...
What are wishes? Wishes to me are precious, something I don't want to lose. If they don't come true, I just may get the blues. Wishes are gum wrappers.
Wish...
You got it.
Yeah, wishes are recycling bins, full of all my empties.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
The bus makes regular stops. Frequent would be a synonym.
Good job.
Good job.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
She made a motion for me to come closer. Well, that would be gesture. So that'd be more like this, not...
Use the...
What is the dolphin? A dolphin moves through the ocean with charm and ease, leaping, twisting, turning in the salty breeze. The dolphin is a dancer.
The dolphin.
Right answer.
Let's see how the competition is going.
So long!
Gee, what happened to the boss?
Oh no.
But it's mine.
Let's try another set of questions.
Use the verse to answer.
What is Duncan? He's a golem. Staying up past bedtime, this Duncan tries each night, reading books, playing games till Mom turns out the light. He is a night owl.
He is a night.
It kind of does, doesn't
You
it?
answered correctly.
It's like all over the place.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
He was energetic.
Good job.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym. Don't neglect following
Neglect.
safety rules. Good advice in these times.
Good job.
Speaking of which, infamous, we've got shelter
Choose
in
an
place or
antonym for the
safer in
highlighted
place going into effect tomorrow in Wisconsin. The prince ruled with ambition. Was I supposed to do
Choose
synonym?
an antonym for
Antonym. Okay. Then that would be laziness.
lazy.
You answered correctly.
Let's see how our contestants are doing.
And for the darkest part of the course,
Wah!
Your turn to work on the
The
challenge.
darkest part of the course, and it's the fun house. Interesting.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Yeah, I understand that. I just wasn't sure if you were keyed into local news very well or not. The students celebrated when summer started. Okay, I'm guessing we want an antonym, so mourned. Because I didn't really see a
Way to
synonym.
go.
Hey, there you go. Silver lining.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym for announce. We'll go with declare.
Declare.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Way to go.
Use the verse to answer the...
What are books? Books are places of growth to me, soil, caterpillars, scented flowering trees. Oh, dear God. Yes and no at the same time. Hit me. What are books? Books are treasures.
Books.
Or were they going after gardens? I can't remember. Yeah, gardens.
Books.
Well, they used to be trees.
Way to go.
So, I mean, that's not too far off.
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym. Community.
Community.
There we go. Okay.
Right answer.
Now back to our competition.
This is where we take them.
Oh, we didn't get to see the inside of the,
But boss,
Oh, ow!
Get off of me! Now back to the questions.
Choose an antonym for the highlighted word.
Okay, that one's pretty good. I was actually wondering about that, too. Did you arrive late? An antonym would be early.
Way to go!
Choose a synonym for the highlighted word.
Synonym for lucky, fortunate. Got it right there.
You answered correctly.
I saw an amusing one earlier
Use the
today
verse to
talking
answer the
about how
question. Click the switch to see
need to practice social distancing but need to still be able to beat people up outside of a 6-foot radius. Try pole arms! And it had a list of a whole bunch of different types of pole arms.
What is the apartment building?
No, I got that. Tall apartment building with so many winding halls, too many floors, I get lost when my mother calls. It's a maze.
It's a maze.
My mom's apartment building isn't too difficult to navigate. Now, the hotel I go to when I go up north, that one's a little kind of weird.
On your test.
Choose a
Yay,
synonym
last
for
question.
the highlighted word.
Ignorant of the dangers of lightning. Wait, I think he said synonym?
Choose a synonym for...
Yeah, okay.
Ignorant.
Dr. Tran was unaware of the dangers of lightning.
Right answer.
Now back to our contestants.
Nice going, Callie.
Way to go, Mars!
Yay,
Championship
100%!
job. You deserve the... Choose a direction.
Okay, I think we've done all of them now.
Choose a category.
Or was there
Choose
another...
a path.
Oh, nope, there was another path on this one. Okay.
All right, here's what you do. First, you run over to your own personal balloon and blow it up. Then, once you're floating, you've got to get through Swiss Cheese Mountain, and no bites.
Wait, no, we've already done this race.
Click the speaker for...
Okay, I'm gonna exit here.
Are you sure you want... Choose a direction.
Okay. So let's do Harold's Highway now.
Choose a category.
Are you ready to get clean? Grab your soap and towel and hold on for the...
Okay, so some of these duplicate, I guess.
Click the speaker for directions.
Well, that's a shame.
Click Tips or press the triangle on your keypad for hints. Click the Go On arrow to move to the next question.
This is kind of a neat little game, though. Come with me, Cupcake. Come with me, Cup Screw.
Cake.
Good job.
I don't know, that sounds kind of awesome as an insult. The hell are you talking about, cup screw?
Choose the word that best completes the sentence.
I am now using a computer to help me do my homework.
Using.
A lot of people are doing that right now.
Good job.
Choose a word from each list.
Ah, it's a beautiful rattle house.
Rain. Bow.
Right answer.
Man, with that dithering, it's barely anything, though.
Choose the prefix that completes the word correctly for this sentence.
Patrick will do heat the spaghetti if it gets cold.
Re.
Come on, there we go.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Now back to our competition.
Well, we've already seen this race,
Now
so I'm
back
just gonna
to
skip
the
it.
questions.
Just gonna get through all of
Choose the prefix that completes the word correctly.
tests here. Rode the subway. Okay, I was looking for high.
Sub.
Hey, no problem. Rest well, Infamous. Thanks for dropping by.
Choose the prefix.
Nicole drank ear fat milk with her cereal.
You answered correctly.
Choose the prefix that completes the word correct.
It was the night before everyone was asleep.
Mid.
We'll go with midnight.
You got it.
Choose a word from each list to make the larger word shown in the picture.
What is that? Oh, is that a rosebud? I think it's a rosebud.
Bud.
No, it's a text stick.
Right answer.
Grape tooth?
Now back to our contestants.
This time I'm winning. I'll take the...
No, you're not.
To the challenge.
Hate to break it to you, dude.
Choose a word from each list to make the larger word shown in the picture.
Is that a surfboard?
Surf. Board.
Well, it's definitely not a stickfish. Doesn't look like a water stop. Or a dragon brush, so let's go with a surfboard. Hey, I got it right.
Right answer.
Choose the prefix that completes the word.
Now we've got do.
Do.
It's a misplex.
Way to go.
Interestingly enough, nonplex would be a correct word. But that would be 9 houses side by side.
Choose the word that best completes the sentence.
Adam closed the curtains to darken the room. Sounds like my apartment.
You got it.
Choose a word from each list to make the larger word shown in the picture.
Okay.
Lip.
Wow, I could put waterboard on here. Hilarious.
Stick.
But no, that looks like lipstick.
You answered correctly.
Yay!
Let's see how the competition is going.
So long!
Yay!
Let's try another set of questions.
Okay.
Choose a word from each list to make the larger word shown in the picture.
I don't know what that is. Oh! Watermelon.
Water. Melon.
I was too distracted by the red band around the middle. It looked like a ribbon or something. But that's actually like the halves of the watermelon opening. Maria's hair was curlier than her sister's hair.
You got it.
Choose the word that...
Oh, hey! My bicycle was completely covered with mud. That's probably happened.
Way to go.
The police officer was very helpful in finding the lost child.
That's correct.
Let's see how our contestants are doing.
No, let's not.
Your turn to work on the challenge.
Choose the prefix.
Due to bad weather, the picnic had to be hemi-poned.
Post.
Good job.
Choose a word.
Okay,
from
now that is, without a doubt,
book.
A straw fire.
Shelf.
A camp knob.
Good job.
A sunfoot.
Choose the word.
Pablo carefully carried the full glass of milk to Sarah.
Right answer.
Right answer.
Choose a word from each list to make the larger word shown in the picture.
Okay, that looks like...
Grape.
It's a chalk flower.
Fruit.
A lip tooth.
Right answer.
A bedbug. A sunboard.
Now back to our competition.
This is where we take them. Please, go left!
But boss!
Now
Shouldn't have listened to him.
questions.
I mean, you're still too far away to win, but shouldn't have listened to him.
Choose the word that...
The athletes traded sports pins at the last week at the Olympics.
Traded.
Heard that the Tokyo Olympics are going to be delayed until 2021, which is actually kind of an interesting way of doing it.
Choose the word that best completes the sentence.
The children were amused by the monkeys at the zoo.
Amused.
You answered correctly.
Choose the
Brad's chocolate cake was so delicious, it was over-resistible.
Ear.
Ear.
Way to go! This is the last question on your test.
Animals that
Choose the
same with
prefix that
the
complete-
that share the same environment with each other by
Oh.
exist.
Good
It's got to
job.
be it. Do as I say, not as I
Now
do.
back to our contestants.
Nice going, Kelly.
Way to go, Mars!
Championship job.
Yay! Okay. So now that I know
Choose a direction.
stuff will duplicate even
Choose a category.
Choose a
on
path.
ones that I know I haven't done yet, we're going to go ahead and do the Peddler's Path.
And now to the catapult.
And it's picking a different race. Interesting. So I guess there's only like a couple of different
Click the
races.
speaker for directions. Click Tips or press the triangle on your keypad for
I'm
hints.
going to have to actually pay
Click the
attention.
Go On arrow to move to the next. Your test has 24 questions.
I know.
Choose the letter or letter combination that does not make a word.
It does not make a word. Interesting. Nid.
You answered correctly.
Choose the letter or letter.
Saturday afternoon, we are going to the football game.
You got it.
Choose the letter or letter combination.
Jamie was a mood candidate for class president. A lewd candidate for class president? Oh my.
Choose the letter or letter combination that does not make a word.
Lab, drab, blab, slab, grab, crab, cab, strab. We gotta bring Strab back.
You got it.
Make it wrong. How interesting would that be if in like 50 years Strab is a word and people were completely confused by that question?
Now back to the questions.
Choose the simile.
Lucy's piece of pizza is so big. How big is it? It's as big as a house. Ooh, pizza sounds good. I haven't had that
That's
in a
correct.
while. You must sit still during the concert. In my opinion, chill would also work.
Right answer.
Choose the
The
letter.
fire gave off a puff of smoke.
You answered correctly.
Choose the letter or letter combination to.
We took a drive up the roast. It was a big roast.
Right answer.
Oh, it was probably enough for like 8 to 10 people there, that roast.
Now back to our contestants.
Look, there are the...
Now back to the challenge.
Choose the letter or letter combination that does not make a word.
Trip, grip, ship, hip, drip, flip, skip, whip. I mean, it's an abbreviation for work in progress, but it's not an actual word.
Choose a letter.
Baseball player had to glide into home plate to win the game.
Good job.
Choose a letter.
The students in Miss Russell's class are so quart that they all pass the science test. They're so blart.
Choose the letter or letter combination that does not make a word.
Vest, quest, test, rest, chest, best, nest, fest. I like that the wrong answer is the right answer in this one. It satisfies me.
Let's see how the competition is going. Let's try another set of questions.
Choose the letter.
We live near a park. We live near a park.
That's correct.
Hockey is such a fast game. How fast is it? It's like running through knee-deep mud.
Way to go.
Choose the letter or letter combination that does not make a word.
Hint, mint, tint, splint, squint, print, sprint, kint. Wunderkind. I mean, that's K-I-N-D, but screw you anyway. Casey stayed after school to help her teacher.
You got it.
It's a shame SK wasn't on there. That would have been an interesting one to kind of trip kids up.
Oaken Park, your turn to work on the challenge.
That bus driver was friendly. How friendly was she? She was warm as freshly toasted bread? She was as warm as tape. Oh, I love it.
Choose the letter or letter combination.
Nelson found $5 in his rocket.
That's correct.
I mean, socket could do. People can have sockets.
Choose
you wouldn't want to find $5 in them. The beach sand was so hot. How hot was it? It was as hot as lettuce.
It was as hot.
Ew, hot lettuce.
Right answer.
Lettuce should be cold and crisp. Those red roses smell so sweet. How sweet do they smell? They smell as sweet as the moon.
You got it.
Now back to our competition.
And back
Now back
to the questions.
Choose a letter.
You'll have
combination
to sketch planes in Chicago. That's kind of a bad idea. Mental image of someone on rollerblades grabbing onto an airplane and riding behind it.
Choose the letter or letter combination that does not make a word.
Peach, beach, bleach, teach, preach, reach, breach, veach.
You got it.
Ding. They really should put a ding in there.
Choose
I like playing soccer because it is exciting. How exciting is it? It's as exciting as a meatball.
It's as
More again with the meatballs. Stop
Good job.
tempting me.
This is the last question on your test.
Yay!
Choose a letter.
We barbecued hamburgers and hot dogs on the fill. I don't know. Could you do it on a drill?
Way to go.
I mean, turning it really slowly. Although it would probably be pretty amusing to stick a hot dog on a drill and just and watch it go flying off.
They're almost
Championship.
All right.
Choose a direction.
Now let's go back to Harold's Highway.
Choose a
Was there 2 paths on Word Twisters? No, there wasn't. Okay, good.
Choose a direct.
Go to Harold's
Choose a
Highway.
category.
Go to Word Builders. There we go.
Well, we can't wait for Wigsley and Flinch any longer. Welcome to the Fantabulous Obstacle Course.
And we've got another duplicate.
Click the speaker for directions.
Its eyes float atop the water. Its body swims below, searching for swimming prey with jaws to crunch just so. Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Way to go.
Yeah, crocodile.
Find the
Black
correct-
and sleek and quietly blank, crouched on 4 legs, stealthily prowling. Probably growling. Interesting that they're just making sure that you pick the one that's spelled correctly.
Which
Pale
animal-
green in color, ridges on its back, searching for food on the jungle track. I would guess iguana.
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 Answer.
Iguana. Puma sloth crab. Puma sloth crab. Iguana.
Find the correct spelling of the word that is missing.
Roly-poly with a big blank, curly twirly tail sticking out. Okay, so that would definitely be snout.
You got it.
now back to our competition.
And back to the questions.
Now back to the questions.
Round eyes watching you, hooked beak, crying. Ooh. Ooh.
That's correct.
I like B-E-E-C. That's a great spelling of beak.
Which animal?
Whoops. With a head like an ox, a short tail, short mane, 2 horns curving upward, it roams the African plain. Wildebeest.
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 You answered correctly.
Find
Peppermint
the
stripes of black and white, always half day, always half night. It's probably a zebra.
That's correct.
I mean, they're not really calling it out, but that's the impression I'm getting. A pouch for a baby, a tail that's very long. It loves to go a-hoppin' on hind legs very strong. Definitely a kangaroo.
Way to go!
Now back to our contestants.
And right back to the questions.
Back to the challenge.
Looking
Which
for ants
animal
with a
is
snout so
described?
long, lengthy tongue, and 4 legs strong. That would be an anteater.
Ant.
Yay, it's the correct answer this time.
Way to go!
Bound to the land without flight, dressed in a suit of black and white. That's probably a penguin. They don't seem to enjoy
Answered
naming
correctly.
the black and white abominations that crawl upon the earth. Watchful eyes and claws with wings spread wide in glory, soaring over mountain tops, singing its life story. So its life story is...
You got it!
Winds.
Find the
Strong hooked beak and feathers of every hue, yellow and purple and red and blue. Oh, that could... maybe a parrot?
You answered correctly.
Or something of that ilk?
Let's see how the competition is going.
Let's not.
Let's try another set of questions.
That sounds like a good idea.
Find the
Ringed
correct
tail, extended claws, cleans its food with its paws. I'm going to say a raccoon. Again, with the black and white abominations.
You answered correctly.
Raccoons are cute, though. There's a video going around of a raccoon trying to wash some
which animal is
cotton candy
described in the riddle.
before it eats it. And it looks so... it's like, where did it go? And it just kind of dissolves. Bound to the land without flight. Oh, now, okay, now they're naming the penguin. All right.
Penguin.
You answered correctly.
Its
Find
eyes
the
float... oh, okay. Oh, same one, but a different thing to do with it. Its eyes float atop the water, its body swims below, searching for swimming prey with jaws to crunch just so. Jaws hands.
Way to go!
Jaws hands.
Find the correct spelling.
Horns
of the
on
word.
its head. Hooves on its feet. Climbing to a mountaintop. Speaking with a bleh.
Right answer.
Let's see how our
Yeah,
contestants
head, move!
Great.
Now
Your
you've
turn to
done
work
it.
on the
He's gonna
challenge.
cry himself to sleep on his huge pillow.
Which animal is
Is it a hose or is it a nose? Stretching to where the acacia tree grows. Elephant.
elephant?
Elephant, yeah.
You got it!
Which
Its
animal?
long, thin, spotted neck reaches for the trees. From such a high advantage, imagine what it sees. Oh, that's gotta be an ostrich.
You answered correctly.
You know what you call a German, an East German flightless bird, right?
Which animal is
An
described in
Österreich
the riddle?
ostrich. It looks better if you write it out. Black and sleek and quietly growling, crouched on four legs, stealthily prowling. Panther?
Panther.
It's a donkey!
You got it.
Which
Watchful
animal-
eyes and claws with wings spread wide in glory, soaring over mountaintops, singing its life story. That would be...
Eagle.
Yeah, that definitely wouldn't be a peacock.
Right answer.
Interesting that they chose, like, 3 mostly flightless birds to go up against the eagle.
Now back to our competition. Now back to the questions.
Find the
Looks a bit like a horse, but it doesn't neigh. Instead, it lifts its horsey head and loudly starts to bray. That's the donkey. And you know what the donkey says, right?
Good job.
Knack 2, bitches!
Which
Black and
animal
white
is
with a tail that
described in the
sprays,
riddle?
roaming through nights, sleeping through days. That is definitely a skunk.
Skunk.
The tail doesn't
You
spray,
got
though. It's what's under the tail that you gotta worry about.
Which
Strong hooked beak and feathers of every hue. Okay, macaw.
Macaw.
That makes sense. I knew it was in that family.
Good job.
Graceful on 4
find the
legs,
correct-
pretty large brown ease. Known for being very fast, runs as if it flies. Huh. Is that a gazelle as well?
You got it.
Or an antelope or something like that?
Now back to our contestants.
Alright. Can skip that.
Champ. Choose a direction.
And go back to Harold's
Choose
Highway.
a category.
Mix and match. Last one.
And now to the catapult.
Okay. Got another repeat.
Click the speaker
It roams
for
the African
directions.
grasslands. It's
Your
a
test
sleek and
has
powerful cat.
Find the correct.
The fastest in the world. There's no disputing that. Yay, cheetahs!
Good job.
I love cheetahs. Such beautiful
Find the
cats.
correct.
With humps on its back and 2-toed feet, it gives desert travelers a bumpy, lumpy seat. Good that they have dessert in there as well.
You got it.
Camel, of course.
Choose the word
David
that best
will be
completes the sentence.
retiring from his job in
Retiring.
March. Well, I hope David enjoys his retirement this
Answered
month.
correctly.
Choose a word from each
That would be a cob hound.
silk.
Maybe a hood wreath, but it could very well be a steer muffin.
Way to go.
Pretty sure it's not grain metal, though.
Now back to our competition.
And back to the challenge.
Now back to the questions.
Choose the
Politicians disagree on how to reduce spending.
Right
That
answer.
assumes that all politicians actually want to reduce spending. With big front teeth to chomp down trees, it builds a dam quick as you please. Oh, that's got to be a donkey.
Beaver.
Buffaloes could probably just
Right answer.
bonk a tree with their head and knock it down. With a colorful beak and wings of black, it flies through the trees, plucking fruit for a snack. Huh.
Way to go!
Is that like one of the Corvidae family? Like a crow or something like that?
Choose a word from each list.
No, that would definitely be a... Huh. Oh, okay, okay, I see. It's an auto wreath.
Web.
Grain ball? No, it's definitely a steer
Right
worm.
answer.
Now back to our contestants.
Okay,
Now
skip
back
that.
to the challenge.
Back to the challenge!
Choose a word from each list.
That is definitely a porch locket.
Pepper. Mint.
A ham stump? It's a buttonhole! Oh wait, that one actually makes sense. Dang it! It's a button tube! Okay, we could use ham with any of those over there and it would be hilarious.
Choose a word from each list to make the larger word shown in the picture.
Well, that's a cob hound if I've ever seen one.
Mobile.
Steer ball?
You answered correctly.
No, it's definitely a hood muffin.
Choose the word.
My teacher approves of my research project.
You answered correctly.
Choose
After
the
dental
prefix
surgery,
that
it took Lynn 3 days to pre-cover.
Read.
How would that work?
Way to go!
Preparation for lessening recovery? I don't know.
Let's see how the competition is going.
Let's not!
Let's try another
And
set
say
of
we did.
questions.
Choose the prefix that completes the word correct.
After hitting a home run, Tony served a standing ovation.
You got it!
Choose a word from each list.
Okay, that to me looks like a grainmobile.
Ball.
But it could very well be a hood web. Not sure, it might be a cob hound.
Find the
With a hard armored shell, a tail and a nose, it curls up in a ball to escape from its foes. That'd be like an armadillo or a pangolin.
Good job.
Choose
Miguel
the
joined the band, which is a 2-year commitment.
Commit.
Right answer.
Right answer.
Let's see how our contestants are doing. Your
Let's
turn
not.
to work on the challenge.
My turn for the challenge. Almost
Find the
done.
correct spelling.
Thick fur, long tail, and small webbed feet. Swimming through the ocean, gathering kelp to eat.
You got it!
Which
it's the same thing. I'm gonna go with sea otter.
sea otter?
Otters are hilarious.
Good job.
Such happy little critters.
Choose the
The statues were uniform in
Uni.
size and color.
Good job.
Thank you.
Choose the prefix
Isabel became more
in.
dependent when she went away to college.
Way to go!
Now back to our competition. Now back to the questions.
Choose the word that best completes the sentence.
Ruth is starting as pitcher in our softball game.
Starting.
We're almost done. Final
Way
leg.
to go!
Which animal?
That would be the camel.
Camel.
You answered correctly.
I mean, unless it's a girl coyote, but you know.
Choose
Michelle is an animal trainer at the zoo.
the trainer.
Good job.
Good job. Here we go. Last one.
This is the last question.
Which animal?
Red
Lobster.
shelled body and claws that snap. Beneath the ocean it sets its trap.
That's correct.
I know that's the crab dance, but lobsters do that too.
Now back to our contestants.
And they're
Okay.
almost at the top.
So that's the last one. I've done everything. Let's see if we get something else after this.
Get me down from here!
Championship job.
Yeah,
You deserve.
championship job.
Choose a direction.
Nope. Nothing. Well, that's mildly disappointing. But we finished it all. So, let's move on. Let's see, what's the next disc? Oh, but that's part of a series. I really don't want to get a series started. So close to the end of the month. Let's do this. Oh, but I've got Sunday left, too. No. Let's go with this. Okay. Whoops. There we go. We'll just save state for the heck of it. Alright. So, close content. This version of RetroArch seems to be a little bit more unstable, but... let's go hunt down the next one. Discs. Whoops. Plate station, Lightspan, and Stratus. Riddle Roundup. Another pea green disc. Let's see what we got here. So this is actually disc 7 of a set. So hopefully we don't miss anything by jumping in at number 7. This is pretty trippy though. Burning up half the disc just with this intro here. Okay. So this seems to be more of a combination of history and language arts. Oh, that sounds interesting. Let's go with Mary Elizabeth Bowser. I mean... I do enjoy my retro gaming. Wait. Okay. So then I probably have to come down here and click OK. Okay. Whoever you are. That doesn't look like it's green screen. This looks more like a set. Well, I don't know. At first I thought it might have been a set, but you can see the trees and stuff going by outside.
Ticket, please.
Ticket?
Yeah. You need a ticket to ride on my train.
No ticket.
I don't even know how I got here.
Uh-huh. No ticket, no ride. You're off at Mud Run.
Where's Mud Run? What's the date?
October 10th, 1888.
Wow. 1888. This is cool. Jessica, can you hear me? Yeah, and I can see you too.
What is
I'm
that?
on a train near a place called Mud Run. If you can believe it. I mean, imagine a place called Mud Run. What's the date? October 10th, 1888.
That was kind of bad.
Just a minute. On that date, 2 passenger trains collided outside Mud Run, Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow. I gotta get out of here.
Look, Jessica, play the game with Stratus. It'll get you home.
But can't you help me?
You'll have to do it yourself. Just use your head.
This is life and death, lady.
Okay, wait, how long before we crash?
It could be any minute. Better get started.
That's not good.
So, you're in kind of a fix, aren't you? Well, don't worry. I'm here to help you. You're going to meet 7 people who really lived in the 19th century. Stratus created this adventure just for you. You should feel honored. This screen is called the media screen. On the top right are 5 buttons: text, video, music, art, and literature. When they're highlighted, you can click them. All 3 of the games that you're going to play are behind the text button. The counter is right below the media button. And below the counter, you can see the map button, the go back button, the OK button, and the quit button. Go ahead, look around. Remember, when you're ready to play the games, click the text button.
Okay. Oh, it's something. Oh, it's one of these things. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to start with Bowser.
We are coming, our union to restore. We are coming, Father Abram, with 300,000 more. We are coming, Father Abram, with 300,000 more.
Interesting.
Play 3 different games to get back: strategy, clue, and word. To win, you have to play all 3 games. If you don't get enough points, you might miss your senior prom. Well, just kidding. When you're ready to play,
If I don't get enough points, I'm probably going to die horribly in a train crash. Okay, so let's read first. Right under their noses. Mary Elizabeth Bowser was a black American freedom fighter. She played a vital role in the Civil War as a Union spy. Mary Elizabeth Bowser grew up on the Van Loo plantation in Virginia. Maggie Lena Walker also grew up there and later became a civil rights activist. Mary was a smart girl and learned new things quickly. Elizabeth Van Loo, the wife of the plantation owner, recognized Mary's intelligence and sent her to school in Pennsylvania. When Bowser finished school, Elizabeth Van Loo called her back to Virginia to help with a secret mission. Van Loo asked her to be a spy. As a spy, Mary assumed the role of a servant in the home of Jefferson Davis, the head of the Confederate Party. As she dusted the library, Bowser read and memorized top-secret documents. As she served food to Jefferson and his trusted military leaders, Mary memorized the conversations she overheard. Because Jefferson and his men believed black Americans were ignorant, they never suspected that Mary could comprehend what they were saying. Awesome. Every night, Bowser stole home to the Van Loo plantation where she recited what she had learned. Another Van Loo servant conveyed Mary's information to Ulysses S. Grant and other Union officers. At Grant's headquarters, officers wrote further spy orders for Van Loo in secret code and placed them into hollow eggshells. Another of Van Loo's spies delivered the eggs to Van Loo's doorstep each morning. Van Loo would then disseminate the new orders to her spies. In this complicated manner, the Union learned Confederate secrets. Like other civil rights activists such as Ida Wells Barnett, Mary Bowser worked toward ending slavery and racism. She was a remarkable woman who will always be remembered for her bravery, intelligence, and trustworthiness. Awesome. Welcome back, DOS Nerd. Thanks for the raid.
So, read the question. Listen to the cyber strategy. Then, if you need to, read the biography. Click your answer, and then click OK.
So, welcome to the raiding party. I'm playing Stratus Riddle Roundup. I've been going through a bunch of these edutainment games for the original PlayStation that I picked up last year. And they're actually pretty interesting. Like this one, we just I just learned about a slave who was recruited to be a spy for the Union during the Civil War. And they transported instructions in hollowed eggshells. Fair enough.
Wonderful.
Don't forget, Dosner, next Monday I'm going to be doing FMV game for my stream, not one of these. So you'll want to catch that.
Now don't dawdle. Here's how to play the clue game. After you've read the biography, read the riddles. Find the riddle that describes the person whose biography you're in. Highlight the riddle, and then click OK.
Okay. Alright, hours of long study paid off at last. Graduate from middle school first in the class. Maybe not. This was a person who truly loved birds? No. Raising of Lazarus? No. Wrote of lynchings? No. First nurse? No. Portrait painting? No. Eavesdropping, memorizing, reading on the sly. People never considered that this person was a spy. That's the one.
You're a genius.
Alright, let's go to Word.
Ready? Here's how to play the word game. Listen to the cyber conversation. Then find the sentence that uses the word correctly. Click your answer. Then click OK.
His Confederate dog barked throughout the night. Boop.
Fantastic. You got it.
Alright, so back to the map. Yep, okay, cool. Next one is Eakins. Eakins. Okay, we've got some writing. Oh wait, no, we don't want to do that quite yet. I'm kind of digging the sound effects. Let's take a look at the art, unless that's this. Nope. Ah, painting by Eakins. Interesting. Oh, look at the dog on the floor. Okay. Let's go into the article. Master painter of the human body. Thomas Eakins is regarded as one of the most important American painters of the 19th century. He founded a type of art called American Realism, which differed greatly from the landscapes of Tonita Peña. With his work, Eakins influenced the revival of portrait painting. Thomas Eakins was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where he spent most of his life. He studied the art at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. Fascinated by human anatomy, Thomas developed an amazing sense of precision in his work. He wanted his paintings to look as realistic as possible and was intent on using his knowledge of anatomy to improve his work. Thomas Eakins' paintings were so realistic they looked like color photographs. For the most part, Thomas painted things with which he was familiar and comfortable. He painted portraits of his family and friends. He also painted carefully chosen outdoor scenes and beautifully arranged indoor scenes. Through their color and organization, each painting reflected Eakin's emotions. Eakin's most famous painting is called The Gross Clinic. The painting was extremely graphic. It depicted a young man being operated on by a doctor. Many considered it too realistic and disgusting for audiences at the time. In addition to his own painting, Eakins taught others his craft. Eakins taught at the Pennsylvania Academy, where he developed close relationships with his students. One such student was Henry Tanner. Eakins believed that the best way to teach his students how to draw the human body was to use live models. This was very controversial. Too many objections from the public cost him his job in 1886. Thomas Eakins died on June 25, 1916 in Philadelphia. He was known as an honest man and a dedicated artist. Unfortunately, only after his death did critics truly appreciate his talent. All right. The name of the type of art founded by Thomas was American Realism.
Excellent. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I will. Go on to Clue. Gotta find the one about paintings. So real, they looked alive. There we go.
Wonderful. You're absolutely correct.
And sculpture is a craft that takes years of experience. What?
You're a genius.
Pang. Alright, on to Burroughs, arguably the most recognizable name on the list. Oh, that's John Burroughs. Okay. Well, we've got plenty of stuff to look at here. John Burroughs and John Muir in the outdoors. Birds. That's pleasant. What's the video we have? We actually have video, this guy?
The survival of wildlife in a fast-changing world serves as a barometer of the health of man. There is something noble in all things that live free, something that reminds us of our kinship with all other living things. For it has been said that if wild things can thrive in their native habitat, then it is fair to assume that humankind will find its environment livable too.
Moose.
And so the conservation of wildlife is something that people have come to expect.
Neat. I wonder if the black and white was an artistic choice, or if that video was actually originally in black and white, or if they just did it to save space on the disc. John Burroughs was an author who enjoyed nature. He wrote descriptively about flora and fauna, especially birds. While many writers like Galen Clark wrote about nature, they did not have Burroughs' talent for combining poetry and science. This talent introduced many people to the beauty of nature. Burroughs' writing was often compared to the work of Henry David Thoreau, another renowned American author. Because of the similarity in their work, people often thought that they were reading Thoreau's work when it was actually Burroughs. Burroughs filled his life with a careful mix of vocations and avocations. He worked as a teacher when he was young. Later in life, he took a job with the Treasury Department in Washington, D.C. John's lifelong passion, however, was writing. Even when he held full-time jobs, Burroughs continued to write in his spare time. John Burroughs' second love was traveling. During his travels, he met many famous people. He camped in Yellowstone National Park with Theodore Roosevelt. He camped with John Muir in Yosemite National Park. Later in life, Burroughs developed friendships with other influential people, such as inventors Henry Ford and Thomas Edison, and poet Walt Whitman. Burroughs lived a productive and exciting life, traveling from one place to the next, but this is also how he met his death. When John was 84 years old, he died during a trip from California to New York. He was buried on his birthday, on the family farm where he had played as a child. John Burroughs will always be remembered for capturing the beauty of nature in his poetic style. Oh, rough. Buried on his birthday. 84 is a good haul, though, especially for turn of the 20th century. What was John's favorite subject for his writing? Well, flora and fauna, but I guess birds?
Fantastic!
Yay!
You got it!
I got it! Okay. Alright, so now we need to find the correct... there we go. This was a person who truly loved birds and captured this joy with eloquent words. Whoop!
Excellent! Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I will. Next up... my flora and fauna like to spend time with me. Well, you know, my fauna do. I don't have much flora around here. The colorful paintings showed the flora and fauna of the region. That makes more sense.
Wonderful! You're absolutely correct.
Yay! I like being correct. Alright. Back to the map. And on to Wells Barnett. Cool. Ida Wells Barnett was a black American freedom fighter who worked to stop lynchings of black Americans. As a journalist, she wrote newspaper articles that exposed many injustices against people of her ethnicity. Ida Wells Barnett was born into slavery April 16, 1862 in Holly Springs, Mississippi. In 1878, both of her parents died during a yellow fever epidemic. To support her brothers and sisters, Ida quit school and went to work as a teacher. Wells Barnett demonstrated her convictions to her students. When she was forced to leave a segregated railroad car, she sued the railroad company. This was to be her first stand against injustice. Ida became a popular and fearless journalist. Soon she owned her own paper. Once she wrote a story about how 3 black American men were lynched in Memphis, Tennessee. In retaliation, her office was destroyed and her life was threatened. Wells Barnett was forced to leave Memphis forever. This experience propelled her into a lifelong crusade against lynchings. Large numbers of black Americans were lynched after the Civil War, and in her writings, Ida discredited the myth that black Americans were lynched because they were criminals. In 1909, Wells Barnett met with other prominent black American activists in Washington, D.C. Together, they founded the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Maggie Walker once served as the national director of this association. Today, the NAACP is a large and powerful organization that continues to work against racial discrimination. Like Hallie Tanner Johnson and Mary Elizabeth Bowser, Ida fought for the rights of black Americans throughout her life. She made several trips to Washington, D.C. to appeal for help and met 7 different presidents. Ida Wells Barnett died on March 31st, 1931 at age 69. Her work was on behalf of all black Americans will never be forgotten. Okay, what questions do we have to answer here? Why was Ida's newspaper office destroyed? The townspeople didn't approve of her articles. Boom!
You're a genius.
Come on, get down there. Clue. Alright, let's find the right one. There it is. Wrote of lynchings and discrimination, sued the railroad for segregation.
Fantastic! You got it.
Gee, I hope I can get enough points to avoid the impending railroad crash. Convictions. Laura showed her convictions by telling the truth. We went to see the convictions at the stadium. Hey, that sounds like some sort of, like, 50s doo-wop band, doesn't it? Weep.
Excellent. Keep up the good work.
All right, on to the next one. I think I'll just go ahead and complete this disc tonight, and then we'll start with something else on Sunday. Honestly, I think on Sunday I might haul out the Pico. Yeah, because I'm running low on language arts stuff. So, yeah, I think Sunday I'll haul out the Pico. Next Sunday, of course. Susan McKinney Stewart. Susan McKinney Stewart was a leader in the medical profession for Black American women. She was an intense woman who became an exemplary figure in Black American women's history. Susan McKinney Stewart was born in Brooklyn, New York, to a family of 10 children. Her father, Sylvanus Smith, was a successful pig farmer. He taught Susan to believe that she could succeed in whatever she chose to do. Susan took this lesson to heart and became a very focused person. Once Susan knew what she wanted, she did not stop until she achieved her goal. Susan remained this determined as an adult. She decided to practice medicine and, of course, took medical school seriously. She felt proud to pay her own tuition. It fueled her desire to be the best student. Susan studied zealously for long hours, which paid off. This remarkable student graduated valedictorian of her class. She was the first Black American woman to receive a medical degree from a New York school. In addition, she was the third Black American woman in the United States history to receive that degree. Susan McKinney Stewart was best known for treating anyone who needed help. Dr. Stewart's office was always full of people from widely diverse backgrounds, In her office, wealthy people sat next to indigent people, waiting for their beloved doctor to take care of them. After years of practicing medicine, Dr. Susan McKinney Stewart died on March 7, 1918. Like Hallie Tanner Johnson and Mary Eliza Mahoney, Stewart was a true pioneer for Black American women in medicine. Okay. Susan was the first Black American woman to receive a medical degree from which state? That would be New York.
Wonderful. You're absolutely correct.
Thank you. Next thing. Gotta find the right, oh, there we go. Hours of long study paid off at last. Graduated from medical school, first in their class.
You're a genius.
I suffered from indigent. It took some medicine to help me. The new boy in our class was indigent of Holland? No, that's not it either. The indigent farmer lost all of his crop money in the storm. Poor guy.
Fantastic! You got it!
Okay. Back to the map. Got 2 more stories to go. Tanner and Mahoney. Henny Asawa Tanner. Ooh, what's the art we've got? Tanner's painting the Holy Family. Interesting. Not entirely sure what makes that a Holy Family, but alright, I'll take your word for it. Okay, Henry Asawa Tanner is considered one of the greatest artists of the 19th century. He is regarded as the foremost Black American painter of his day. Henry Tanner was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on June 21, 1859. At age 13, he happened to stop and watch a painter on the street. To Henry, the transformation of paint into art was magical. He decided then and there to become a painter. Tanner studied under the famous artist Thomas Eakins at the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts. Henry became concerned with the way artists portrayed Black Americans in their paintings. Tanner challenged these stereotypical images with his own work. His paintings were much more realistic and sympathetic to Black American life. For artists of the time, Europe was the place to work or study. Tanner tried for several years to raise enough money to go there. In 1890, a friend organized an exhibit in an effort to help him. When not even a single painting sold, the friend purchased the entire exhibit as a show of support. That's cool. Soon after, Tanner sailed for Europe. He settled in Paris, France, to hone his artistic skills. Over time, he developed a unique style and an interest in biblical themes. In 1896, Tanner's religious paintings gained recognition. The Raising of Lazarus won him many awards and honors. The painting was even purchased by the French government. Today, Tanner remains one of only 3 American artists whose work has been purchased by the French government. Neat. Tanner painted religious subjects for the rest of his life and continued to win honors and awards. Henry Tanner, like his sister Hallie Tanner Johnson, inspired young Black Americans to pursue their dreams. He died in Paris on May 25th, 1937. That was really cool. Had some neat bits to it. I love these things. I'm learning. I'm learning so much. These are intended for people 30 years younger than me, and I'm getting something out of it. What event made Henry decide to become a painter? He watched a painter on the street. Weep.
Excellent. Keep up the good work.
Let's go up to clue. Now there's one that references the raising of Lazarus directly in the riddle, so there it is. The raising of Lazarus gained recognition, religious subjects' primary ambition.
Wonderful. You're absolutely correct.
Okay, last one. I went to the public hone to call my mom, but I had no change. Stephanie went to hone in the cattle from the field? That makes even less sense. The baseball player wanted to hone her hitting skills, so she practiced every day. There we go, that's the right one. Reap.
You're a genius.
Thanks. Alright. On to our last subject of the night. Mahoney. Mary Eliza Mahoney. Ooh, we've got a video. It's always really striking to me to see videos from like the turn of the 20th century. Just so long ago when the medium was nascent. It's always really striking to me. Mary Eliza Mahoney was the first professional Black American nurse. She was a proud woman who worked hard to accomplish her goals. Born in Dorchester, Massachusetts, Mary grew up to be a calm and patient woman. Her patience is illustrated by the fact that Mahoney waited until she was 33 years old to achieve her dream of becoming a nurse. Nursing school was grueling. Mary worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for an entire year. Oh, jeez. Because of the difficult hours and coursework, most students abandoned the program. Out of the 42 students who entered the program, only 4 completed it, and Mary was one of those 4. Mahoney was an industrious individual. She refused to eat with the cleaning crew because she did not want people to mistake her for a maid. She always wanted people to know that she was a professional nurse. In addition to her nursing, Mahoney worked for other causes. She organized a union to improve working conditions for Black American nurses. Often these women experienced discrimination on the job because of their race and gender. Their union improved the treatment Black American nurses received. Mahoney also supported the women's suffrage movement. At the age of 76, she was one of the first women to vote. Cool. Mary Eliza Mahoney died of breast cancer in 1926. Along with Susan McKinney Stewart and Hallie Tanner Johnson, Mary Mahoney increased the opportunities for Black American women in the medical profession. According to the text, Mary was the first Black American professional in what position? She was a nurse. Boom!
Fantastic! You got it!
I did. Hours of long study paid off at last. No. That was someone else. Hold on. There we go. First nurse of a kind, hardworking yet tender, fought discrimination against race and gender.
Excellent! Keep up the good work.
Ah, I thought 1,000 was going to be the top limit. Oh well. At least I beat it. Sometimes there are gender differences in our classroom. Yeah, that might be it. The gender rule of our class is to respect people. That doesn't make sense. We bought a gender brand of vitamins because they were cheaper. Wrong. There we go.
Wonderful. You're absolutely correct.
Alright, that's the last thing. Gonna just move things along for me, or... Yay!
Look at this score. You beat Stratus.
I did. 100%. Do I have to click here, or click the arrow again? There we go.
Stafford, I made it! I made it!
She caused the crash! You fiend!
I'm glad you made it back. So, how was it?
I was terrified. I was petrified. I was mesmerized. When can I go back?
Well, unfortunately, that's the only one of these discs I have, so you're not likely to go back anytime soon, unfortunately. Unless each of these are different. I gotta check that really quick. Because I clicked Mary Elizabeth. Oh, wow, each of these is different. Okay.
So, you're in...
Wow. Okay, this disc has a lot of stuff on it then.
Hey, do you...
Well, then I will continue the rest of these next Sunday. That's probably going to take me a good amount of time. I think that one for Mary Elizabeth Bowser took me just 45 minutes on its own, so who knows? I might actually be able to just finish this off next Sunday, but if I end up with time left, then I'll make sure I've got the Sega Pico on hand. Tomorrow night is... Well, let's toggle the recording here really quick. Okay. Tomorrow night is going to be Antstream Antics. I will be playing Retro Arcade and all sorts of other fun stuff. Fortifier will probably have a challenge battle ready for me to go tomorrow. I will be continuing along with all of the new stuff that they added for Taito. There were like 20 games. I only got through like 5 or 6 of them last week, so there's plenty more to go on that. And they're rightly hailed as some of the best out there. Those were pretty fun, and some that I had never even heard of before. I might poke a little bit more at Kadash, since I can't do any more Rygar. But that'll be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Meanwhile, let's see who is streaming right now for us to raid. Oh, that's right. Drex is doing his big time birthday stream tonight. So let's go raid Drex. Wish him a happy birthday. Come on. There we go. Thank you all for coming by tonight. Thank you for watching it if you're seeing this on YouTube. And I will see you again tomorrow night. In the meantime, enjoy Drax.